So let me ask you about different channels and how the different social channels are, I don't know, not reacting different, but what are the characteristics of how people interact with Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter and YouTube, which are the ones that I use specifically, that you've seen patterns different? Are there different characteristics in the way people react to those channels?
So I think, first of all, like what you were saying about video, I think video is key right now. So being able to show your face on social media is really crucial. Even internally, I'm sending videos for internal communication. And our sales team are sending videos to customers, and leads. So we're using video wherever we can. So I think YouTube has been doing really well right now. So I've heard from content creators, I don't know if this is relevant to you, but you're seeing an increase in traffic and views of your videos right now.
Gavin, since I switched up, just as a case study, since I switched up my communication, stopped by everything and replaced it with an entire library of new relevant content, Gavin, my inbox, the traffic to my website has exploded. I've never been busier in my life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, out of control, really.
So I think video is key. YouTube is exploding right now. People are pushing out more video content. Facebook Live, it exploded in the first few weeks of this pandemic. I don't know if it's been like this in the US, but everyone's on Facebook Live. We have our kids at home. They have like every hour there's something going on for the kids on Facebook Live. So that's exploded. But I think it's getting quite saturated. So we've seen an increase in obviously customers on Sendible as a result of this. People trying to promote their Facebook Live events and that kind of thing. But it's just being overdone right now. So you have to try to differentiate from Facebook Live, which is why I think YouTube is a good place to be right now, to create higher quality content that people can learn from and come back to. Obviously, Zoom has exploded. So that's the more kind of one-on-one or personalized sort of content experience. Facebook groups is massive right now. So everyone's trying to join communities. They're looking for a place to belong where they can get advice and feedback and kind of just vent and share their kind of ups and downs. So Facebook groups, again, it's closest to personalization, where it's a more personal experience. That's become a big deal right now. So get into Facebook groups if you can. There's always questions like, how can I do this? How can I do that? And you can be there to help them. So Facebook groups, I would say, is your number one priority right now. Try to join as many as you can. And then the interesting thing is Instagram isn't being used as much right now. So there's been a kind of slight reduction in usage on Instagram. People not looking for entertainment as much as they used to.
Well, probably because
Instagram is quite superficial. Sorry, go ahead.
They're also probably not out and about taking pictures. There's only as many pictures of the house cat that you can put up on Instagram.
Unless like food porn going on, people aren't going out to restaurants. So I think Instagram is kind of just, slowed down a little bit in its growth. Doesn't mean you shouldn't still be there, but you can still use video content to direct them to other channels, so share your podcasts and video content, that kind of thing. But people are looking for answers to problems more than just entertainment and kind of passing the time, I think. Me personally, I'm watching less Netflix than I did before. Because I'm more inspired to create, as you said, about creating and helping others. I want to be out there creating content and providing value rather than just consuming all the stuff. So I think there's an opportunity there to create content. Yeah, go ahead.
What about LinkedIn and Twitter?
LinkedIn has been pretty good for me personally, because I'm sharing my journey as a CEO. So again, I've always used LinkedIn as a way to share my mistakes and how I've overcome them. So that kind of content will always work well on LinkedIn. So, you might want to say I was down and out last week, I was depressed, but I came right this week because I did these things. So people are always looking for lessons on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is good. Obviously, video content is kind of used quite heavily on LinkedIn these days. Still performs well. But yeah, LinkedIn has been a good place. Twitter, I've never really mastered Twitter myself. I think there's opportunities to kind of come in there and give value in various conversations. What's your thoughts on Twitter at the moment?
Yeah, so the two channels that I notice, well, in order of results, looking at Google Analytics and seeing where we're getting traffic from, LinkedIn is a very powerful driver for my industry, which is real estate capital formation, raising money for real estate projects, even today. So a lot of the traffic is coming from LinkedIn, followed by Facebook. And Twitter is a kind of a distant third. But I think it's important because the people that are on Twitter, who are active on Twitter, generally are quite serious. They're busy, right? With LinkedIn, yes, with LinkedIn, there's much more to consume, right? The content is there's more content per post. With Twitter, you can fly through it very quickly. And because of what I like actually is the lists. So I have various lists, and that gives me a hyper-filtered view of specific areas of the world and activities in the world that I like. And so I actually think my guess is that the people who come through to us on Twitter are high value connections, even though they represent a substantially smaller percentage of the traffic.